Hi everyone, welcome to Baby Witch. This is going to be a zodiac sign reading for the full moon in Pisces. So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to read the zodiac signs in order, and I'm going to pull a couple of cards for each zodiac sign. Okay? This is a special reading for the full moon in Pisces coming up September 20th. And if anybody is watching in San Diego, California, feel free to come to my zodiac sign, to my full moon circle at the Cava Lounge in San Diego. Hit me up on Instagram for more information. So here we go. Yeah, I'm eating pepperoni. I'm nervous. I'm eating pepperoni, leave me alone. So here we go. We're gonna start with the first zodiac sign, which is Aries. Let me connect, please, God, into the energy of each zodiac sign as I name them. Jump in and out of their houses and be able to give the collective by zodiac sign a reading that they can use and how to manage their emotions better during this Pisces moon, because it's a very emotional moon. You know, Pisces are a water sign, and they're so creative and romantic, but we're susceptible during this moon for a lot of triggering situations and hurtful situations, a lot of things that may come up. You know, when this moon comes up, it's so that we can be alert of things that are not working out in relationships, and a lot of times it hurts to let go of shit. So how can each zodiac sign manage to get better, to manage better through each situation? Please guide me and allow me to detach myself from my ego and from my opinion and to be nothing but an intuition, and to deliver a clear message that each sign can relate to. So mote it be. So I'm going to start with the Moonology deck, and then we'll go for that. I can't stop eating, I don't care. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, Aries, always on fire, making shit jump. Oh, honey. Here's the thing, Aries. You know, Aries, damn well, that you have a fear of folding to a relationship. It's almost like you're afraid of becoming that different person that deals with things differently, Aries. And during this moon, there's going to be all of this energy telling you how to work through your relationships, and you know it because the first card is the energy of gain momentum. So you know that this is coming. You know that at some point you're going to have to put pride aside and accept and deal with the fact that you're in a stage of your life where you're going to have to deal with relationships differently and more effectively, in a way of working through your fears. And see, this is the thing about Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is intense, it's direct, but it's emotional. And it can swim through a swamp of emotional wreckage. It can really go deep in and make it out alive. Okay, so with this energy coming in, it's like you already know why you're not trying to fold, why your pride is on the way. And there's this rebirth. There's this rebirth emerging, in which you, Aries, you're like, I don't want to do it. But you feel it coming. You already know it's coming. So hopefully you just go through it and you say either I'm sorry, or you apologize, or you say, you know what, I am here and I am doing this and I am going to do this now instead. You know, it's all about changing. But the beautiful part about this whole thing, Aries, is that you're noticing it because you're allowing the energy to gain momentum. And this can either go two ways, because we all have free will. Ideally, you will accept, you will conquer, and you move forward. Or you can get stuck in your pride and the situation can go again. You know, and it doesn't matter what state of your life you're in. If you say, I'm too old to make these decisions now, or I'm too young and I don't know any better, none of that bullshit counts here. Oh, so now we're moving on to Taurus. Let's go to Taurus. Taurus. What is going on for Taurus? Oh, okay. Don't cheat, motherfucker. Taurus, you're working so hard on something. You're learning something new. You're like in this point of your life where you're like, you know what? I'm going to get this shit together. I'm going to figure out how to do this, how to make my money. You're gaining education. This is a craft that you're getting better at it. You're like really focused on you right now, Taurus. Now, this card for me could be the card of the imposter syndrome. Meaning that you feel like you won the bottle, but you shouldn't have. Or, check this out, Taurus. This could be the card of you doing half measurements. And like they say in this secret fellowship that I belong in, half measurements avail us nothing. Half measurements avail us absolutely nothing. So if you're going to start cutting corners, Taurus, because you feel like the emotional pressure is too much, that's completely valid, boo-boo. It is. If it's too much for you, if the heat is too much in the kitchen, if it gets too hot in the kitchen, you know, what does it say? If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Why? Because you don't want to burn yourself. It's an instinct of survival. But you will see things crumble. It's like, it's things are falling apart. Things are going to fall apart. If you stop working on your craft, if you start taking shortcuts on your craft, it's going to crumble on you, Taurus. So don't. Don't do it at work. Don't do it at school. Don't do it in anything right now that has to do with your financial structure, your home security, or that keeps you grounded, safe, and secure. Because the coins, I'm going to leave grease all over my cards. I need to stop eating. I'm not wearing any pants. I don't care. The coins, the pentacles are all about the root chakra, that material stuff. They're all that Virgo, that earth, that mula, that mini, that kashin, that home. Anything that makes you feel safe and secure. Don't risk it. Give it your all and keep learning, because someone may try to delude you out to the other side and be like, we can cut some corners, and then it's going to be like, boom. Crumbles apart in front of you. Okay? That's how the energy of this full moon Pisces is going to affect you. You know? Let emotions get on the way and feel like you're getting overwhelmed instead of cleansing and asking for a different perspective. So that's for Taurus. Now we're going to go into Gemini. And for Gemini, we're going to use the Moonology deck. Okay? How is this moon going to affect you, and how is it best that you navigate through it? Okay. So there's that new moon in Virgo that is time to give rather than take. But I know there's another meaning on this moon that always catches me by surprise, that I'm like, oh, I would have never been able to tell that. Okay, it's a restart. Okay, yeah, it's a restart. It's like you got to rethink shit a little bit, Gemini. It's like, you know what? No, let me take that back. You don't got to rethink shit a little bit. You got to do it completely different. Damn. So the energy of the full moon is going to affect you in a way that you're going to start jumping off circles. It's going to start making your mind too scattered, and you're not going to know where to go. You want your hard work to pay off. And in order for your hard work to pay off, you're going to have to press a whole reset in the situation. There's a lot of a win outcome situation comes in is if you're able to manage through your emotions, press a reset on it. Remember why you're doing what you're doing before you got emotional, why you were still logical. Make notes, Gemini, of why you're doing what you're doing while you're still logical. So before this full moon comes in, allow yourself to go through it with a bit of that air sign in you, if you have it anywhere in your chart, which I'm sure you do, to start analyzing things for what they are and say, you know what, the full moon's coming, I'm going to get emotional, things are going to start coming up. At some point, I'm going to have to restart everything and be really aware of that point where you're like, oh, yeah, this is the time where I feel like I'm having a mental crisis and an emotional crisis and a mental breakdown and emotional breakdown. I have to start it over. And that is when you're going to start seeing the results of any kind. See, that's all fucking pepperoni grease. That's when you're going to start seeing the changes actually coming to float. You're going to start seeing the why am I short on words right now? You're going to start seeing the product of your hard work paying off. Now, there's going to have to be a give or take as well. Why is this not going off? I don't like it when it doesn't go off and it just keeps burning. And I'm like, I don't need you to burn right now. Like, does that ever happen? Like, I don't like to waste it, you know? Hopefully that helps. It's a sacred plant. It's freaking sage, you know? It doesn't matter how cheap it is sometimes. It's sacred. You have to respect the plant. Burn it little by little. Appreciate it. I save the ashes. I use the ashes. It's a plant that we're taking in stolen land here in the U.S. Okay, there's already a lot of spirits pissed off enough about the fact that we're in stolen land, let alone using their plants from their land that we're stolen. The least we can do is respect them. I'm in Lakota land, by the way, here in California. I am stepping in stolen land, and I am thankful to be here. I acknowledge the pain that I'm standing on. So anyway, so once it comes down to your hard work paying off, there's still going to be a give and take. It's like something's got to give. There's going to be some sacrifices that you're going to have to make, Gemini, in order for you to really make it through. Once you make it through, you're going to have to give yourself a break after the moon of just be like, okay. It's almost like when you don't want to fold, but you finally fold and you're like, oh, okay, here it goes. Whew. All right, I'm surrendering. This is what I'm doing. Okay. I've already pressed the restart. I've spent a lot of energy trying to keep rational through this emotional stage. I already see my hard work paying off. And then on top of, like, once I finally see results, then you're telling me I have to give in into something? Fuck, I don't want to fucking do that. But I'm still going to do it because I know what's best for me. Well. Now we have Cancer. Conclusions are within reach. Why do you need to release? Your commitment is being tested. See, here's the thing about wanting to change. Here's the thing about wanting to accomplish. Here's the thing about wanting to discover. I bet it's all about it, right? Especially for Cancers right now. I bet it's all about it until it's time to do your research. Until it's time to really go and get that information. To go and get what it takes for you. Right? And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to need all these things. I'm going to need all these things right here, says Cancer. Whether it's we're talking ideas or we're talking material stuff. And then you realize that there's not enough space in your heart and in your mind for this stuff. What is it that you need to let go of? What all ideas and all habits does Cancer need to let go, this full moon in Pisces, in order for them to achieve the change and the manifestation and their outcome based on the information they have gathered, Cancer? Based on all the information you have gathered, whether it's about yourself, about a situation, about a policy, anything like that. You like, okay, I want this. How can I get that? Oh, this is how I get that. Oh, okay. Oh shit, I need to stop being like this and stop doing that and stop being this and this and that in order for me to get it. You're gonna go through that space. That's what the moon is gonna bring up. So the moon is gonna bring up all of the things. You're like, oh, I want to have a new car. And then the moon is like, well, you need to have good fucking credit. Okay, so I need to let go of my bad spending habits. I need to start working on my credit. That'll be a very material way to put it. And you're gonna be tested, girl. You're gonna be tested. Your commitment is gonna be tested. Okay? Tested. I'm gonna put that shiny object in front of you. See how bad you want to work on that credit, bitch. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a Cancer. I mean, my moon is in Cancer. Oh, so now we have Leo. Damn, this card just don't want to let me go today. All about the moon with the Moonology deck. I get it. Leo, what's going on for Leo? How is this moon going to affect our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leos? Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it when this happens. New moon in Leo. New moon in Leo. Okay. All right, here's the thing. Always expect the signs to be intertwined, meaning that a little bit of the lesson of what the last sign is going through is going to be a little bit of what the next one is going through. And mostly always happens like that because the zodiac signs are a lifetime. Like the major arcana in a tarot deck. It starts, Aries, starts life. It's the starter, the fire, the engine. All the way up to the last zodiac sign. You know, same thing with the major arcana. So, anyway. How much is too confidence and when is it not enough confidence? That is the thing for Leo. How do I find the balance? So this new moon is bringing all this confidence issues for me or this insecurity issues for me. Am I putting out a facade in front of other people to make up for my lack of confidence? How much of it is real and how much of it is not? How much of it should I use? How much of it should I let go? Because let me tell you something. Prosperity lays ahead is you think everything's going to be fine. You think everything's going to be chiz fucking dandy. But before that happens, the moon is going to be like, okay, bitch, so we get it. You're going places. That's cool. Good for you. But I am the mistress of emotions. And I am going to come in here and I am going to make sure that while you're following the sun, meaning while you're living your life, lived by the sun, filled by the moon, I gotta come in here and give you the nighttime energy, that exhale energy to teach you about emotions. And right now, the moon feels that you as a Leo need to work on your confidence. What's too much? What's not enough? And then same shit from them after that. What do you need to release and how is your commitment going to be tested? Meaning like, what kind of fears and frustrations does Leo need to let go of in order for them to find that perfect balance of confidence? Okay, so now we go on Virgo in the motherfucking house. Damn, this deck just does not want to let go today. This deck is just on one. But I feel like the first couple cards we're going to pull from this deck right here, the Dreams of Gaia. Dreams of Gaia is a very Virgo deck. It's a Mother Nature, Earth kind of Gaia, you know. So I'm not surprised that it's calling for us Virgos right now. Virgos in the motherfucking house. Virgos in the motherfucking house. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. The first card we have is a Seven of Water. In it, a Seven of Water is looking through the glass of our emotions. It's all about emotions, but it's all about intelligence and communication as well. So intelligence, communications, and emotions. How can we intelligently communicate our emotions to others and to ourselves? That's what's going to be coming up. And then we have a 13 major arcana. In the major arcana 13, this is about discovery. What I hear, I'm reading intuitively more than anything, because my spirits just told me, don't look at the book, see what the images bring you. Sometimes I look at the book, sometimes I can't avoid it, but to know what the book says because I've read it so many times, and sometimes my intuition just kicks in and tells me to say things, and this is what I'm doing right now. I do all of it. I'm not an intuitive reader. I'm an intuitive reader. I am not by the book reader, and I am a by the book reader. I have all of it. This is just my style of reading that I've developed out through the last 2 years that I've been doing this myself. So I am very much so of the Hierophant kind of guy, follow the structure, but I am very much so of the Hierophant upside down, which means learn the fucking game and then make your own fucking rules, you know? So this card right here, we see all of emotions, intelligent communication. Why? Because the orchids go around singing who they are, showing the world who they are, looking for other people like them by emitting the sounds when they're underwater, right? That's what the orchids do. So in this case, it's like you're kind of trying to find your tribe, but at the same time, we have that crown chakra thing and that third eye right here illuminating. And remember, the third eye is what we find our individuality through our throat chakra. It goes up, and we are able to see ourselves as individuals and a part of a whole universe. And then after that, it comes like we're giving our motherfucking wings. Look at this. It's alignment. It's grounded alignment. There's the eagle, there's the wolf, there's the two dragons. It's like forces of nature come together for us, and we're able to actually start figuring out who we are. It's like we fall into our power by doing this. So basically, this moon is going to allow us to start bringing out emotions that we need to communicate better as Virgos. There's things that we need to communicate better. That is going to allow us to ground ourselves better if we learn how to get these points across. You know, learning a lot about shadow works here. See, reflecting in other people. And instead of reflecting in other people, use your own mirror. See, this guy is all about emotions right here, because he's an emotion. He's a 6 of water, 6 of emotions. He's looking at himself in the mirror. He's no longer reflecting on other people. He's reflecting his own emotions and working on his own shadows and using people as shadow work, meaning that every time I see someone and they piss me off, I'm going to see what about that in myself I have not accepted and practiced. Okay, so now we have Libra. Now we have Libra. We're going to use this one right here. It's hotter than a jalapeno's coachy up in here, man. Fuck. What's going on for Libra during this new full moon? What's bringing out for Libra this full moon in Pisces? You're trying to do the most. You're feeling inaccurate. You're feeling like you're not doing shit. And you're like, you know what? I got to take all this action. So it's those feelings. So the thing about Libra, they have these really high standards for themselves. And you feel like you're going at it. These feelings of not being enough are going to come out a lot for Libras. Feelings of not being enough, and it's going to make you take rash decisions into what you're doing, how you're going to go about it. Again, the insecurity part is coming in. See, this moon, I read on this motherfucking moon. It's just an emotional fucking wreck. Most moons are. But the thing about it is that they're going to bring stuff in each one of us that we need to work on. This is not just a fucking fucked up ride. This is not just a fucked up ride when we write it. It's better to go at it with awareness of why we're acting the way we're acting, of why we're being triggered the way we're being triggered, and what's coming up. Like every fucking full moon, me as a spiritual practitioner, I should be really doing this all the time, but I really don't. I just fucking allow myself to go through it. I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking pray to the cards and God would say. But if I was to be really trying to make a change in my life, I would pay attention of why me, Libras in general, I'm not a Libra, I'm a Virgo, but why Libras feel the need to take so much fucking action where emotions are coming up. Why do I feel like I have to do the most and prove the most and go and get this and be a go-getter? What's coming up? Because the reality of it is that I'm getting sloppy with it. I'm getting sloppy with it, and I'm going about it in circles with shit that I should have already let go of. Should I just let everything crumble to hell? Should I just let everything just say, you know what, fuck it, this is just too much. It's just not for me. I am enough. I am enough as where I am now. If the rest of the world wants to fall apart, I would still be enough. Maybe you have too much going on, Libra. Ask yourself why the need to prove yourself. Where is that coming from? Not making decisions based on your values anymore. It's almost like you're trying to keep up with an image. You're so charming. You always perfect this image. Like it can be a burden at one point to have to always keep up with that. I don't know. Oh, hell channeling. Scorpio. Oh, my dear Scorpios. You guys are just fabulous people. I love Scorpios. They can be quite fucking bitchy though, but I love Scorpios. Oh, see, overall, like, you know, they say the new moons are to release and new moon and full moons are to embrace, but this, what do you need to release, is coming up a lot. And I read that astrologically from some internet sources that I read and ran into. And after going through Gates of Leo not too long ago, a couple months ago, there's still a lot of receiving, like all business kind of deals, all artists and entrepreneurs are going to have really good luck coming in around this moon and stuff. So this is the third time this card comes out. It's like, why do we need to release? So this goes for Scorpio. Scorpios are all about rebirth. It goes like, oh, rebirth, let go of something, change. Okay, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are scared of starting over. You're just so scared of starting over. And I just said here and told everybody how you guys are all about that, but that's one of your fears too. But see, know this. This is my message for Scorpio. It's not a time to start over, rather than a time to heal. If you heal correctly, you don't have to start over. No matter what it is. If you heal it and fix it correctly, you don't have to start over. Okay, Scorpio? Don't be scared. Allow yourself to be angry. Allow yourself to be sick. Allow yourself to be traumatized. Allow yourself to be deteriorated from so much pain in your life and things coming up. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. You're human. What you can be scared of right now is to allow the feelings to come up so that you can actually heal yourself and stop pretending that everything is okay. You need to break down and cry. You just need to break down and cry. Because there's the need of a reset, yes, but it's more of an emotional reset for you. It's more like an emotional purge. But you feel like if you do that, then everything's gonna fall apart. You feel like if you stop being strong right now, everything's just gonna fucking fall apart and be like, what the fuck did I just do? That's not what's gonna happen. That's not what you think is gonna happen, but that's not what's actually gonna happen. Okay. Now we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the house. Ooh, Sagittarius. Baby. This is, okay, let me tell you something. Sagittarius. This is not the time to be abusing drugs, alcohol, shopping, shoplifting, or whatever the fuck is it that you do to escape, Sagittarius. This is not the time. Okay, I understand that emotions are fucking high because this moon is really fucking affecting you and everything. It's affecting all of us. But Temperance upside down is just like, you're recurring again to those addictive, like unbalanced behaviors. And it's gonna turn shit around at home. Maybe right now you don't need to be around these people that you call your family, that you call your husband, that you call your wife, that you call your kids. Like, maybe you just need like a 1 hour break to your own, to think about yourself, about your own healing. Because let me tell you something, the way that you're trying to run away from this shit, Sagittarius, it is not gonna cut it. And it doesn't have to be something as drastic, and I say drastic because I don't know any other word right now. I said an addiction of meth or sex or alcohol and drugs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, not everybody is like me, but meaning an addict and alcoholic, but in recovery, by the way, and sober. But other people tend to do different things. Some people will overwork themselves because they don't want to come back to that shitty paradise at home. They become workaholics. They invest too much. The thing about here, Sagittarius, is that you're creating this balance because you're avoiding certain emotions at home. And those problems at home with your marriage, with your family, with your husband, with your wife, with your lover, with your cousins, with your aunt, with your mom, whoever you live with, whoever is like your nuclear home, that not so much that you share a home with, but those people that are really close to you, the reason why you're avoiding them and the reason why all these things are coming out is because it needs healing. Sagittarius, if you don't fucking deal with it right now, that it's all coming up afloat, then you're just not going to be able to deal with it again until the next full moon. It's almost like, imagine you have a virus inside of you, and this virus only comes out the third Thursday of every month. And this virus, it causes you headaches. It comes out in your skin and you have to scrape it, but it's just really gross, and people just rather not deal with it or look at it. So when this virus comes up, and it only comes up once, is the only time that could be healed, this virus, right? Once every third Thursday of every month. But you decide to ignore it because it's just too much. You're like, oh, I'll go away tomorrow. I'm just going to avoid it. I'll go away tomorrow. And it goes away tomorrow. But it's still there. You didn't heal it. So all the problems that are coming out with your family right now, all the time that you don't want to spend alone, because there's also a need to take time apart for yourself to rethink all of this shit. It's like you don't want to sit in your emotions, Sagittarius. You're running away everywhere. You don't want to sit with yourself. You don't want to sit with other people. So you're trying to find any fucking escape that you can. And let me tell you something. As someone who has abused drugs and alcohol and sex, I can tell you something, darling. You don't want to go down my path. I almost lost my life running away from shit. However is it that you're running away, stop doing it. It's just a little advice from someone who's run away their whole motherfucking life and still tries it sometimes. Okay, so now we have Capricorn. Well, Capricorn, another. Okay, Capricorn, here's the thing. you're kind of like Libra a little bit in the sense that you're like all these feelings of wanting to invest, of wanting, because yes, it's a good month for investing. I read in a couple articles online. I'm not an astrologer, but I read that it's a good month for investing. It's a good month for making money and sealing deals and all kinds of stuff, right? So that's what you're going for. That's what you're going for, Capricorn. Bam, you're like, I want to do this. I want to start this business. I want to start all of this. But you always forget to take care of yourself and to love yourself when you start getting really invested in all this shit. All this shit that you're thinking about getting invested in, Capricorn, you always forget about yourself. Look, we got this 2 of Cups upside down right here. You always forget to take care of yourself. It's like you leave it to the end, but that's your lesson here. This is why these feelings are coming up of wanting to do this, so that you will remember to take care of yourself. Because those are the emotions that you let go of, that you don't appreciate. You stop appreciating yourself when you start chasing that bag. You go and start chasing the bag, honey, and you forget about yourself. You ain't gonna have nothing to chase with. You're gonna have this flesh machine to jump on, which we call it body to jump on. And guess what? Everything's gonna be put on hold for you. Because life is like, nope, we're not letting you do this shit. And you're going to be like, oh my God, poor me. Why won't they let me do it? And they're like, we just need you to love yourself, bitch. Like, spirits keep telling me that I'm being a little too aggressive, that I need to calm the fuck down. All right, I'm sorry. Everything's going to be put on hold for you if you don't hold back a little bit and say, you know what, I need to realize that I have to love myself through the whole process. It's that simple. You're going to be tired at the end and so ready to give up. It's like you're going to start super fresh, Capricorn. Capricorn, yeah. Yeah, Capricorn. It's like you're going to start super fresh and dandy and ready to go. And then out through the process, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm just so exhausted. And life is like, well, you've already made it this far. Just keep going. But we can turn this cards around if we put ourselves as a priority and say, in order for me to be successful, this is what I need to nurture myself. This is how I need to take care of myself in order for me to be the most productive. Now we're going to use the ancestors. For Aquarius. How is the moon going to affect Aquarius, and how is best that they deal with it? Interesting. I want to carve from my angel deck. I feel like this deck is gonna give us a little more perspective into all of this. You know, Aquarius, is that where I'm at? Yeah, you know, Aquarius, here's the thing. Bask in joy and light. See from a higher perspective. Falling in love, waiting for proposal, need to balance emotions, an invitation of a social event, abundance, things you're very look at. Things are. It's almost like you just don't want to look at all your blessings. Okay, Aquarius, you're pissing me off. Everybody's just having this harsh moments, and Aquarius is over here like, I have everything, and I want to fucking complain. Whoop the fucking whoop. Aquarius, there's so many things, beautiful things happening in your life. Just start practicing gratitude. Everything that you're going through right now is just the fucking moon and your fear telling you that you don't have enough, that you're not enough, and that you're not there. But the reality of it is that if you look at it from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, balance your emotions a little bit, find a way to, ask your therapist, how can I balance my emotions? I feel like I am being destructive to my serenity by not appreciating the good things in my life. And your therapist will be more than happy to tell you. If you don't have a therapist, I don't know what to tell you. Look it up online. That's where I find a lot of my stuff. TED Talks. TED Talks, TED Talks, TED Talks. Because see, the thing about this too is that making long-term plans and having patience, you may want things right here, right now, Aquarius, but life is like, okay, we need you to enjoy a little bit where you are right now, because remember, at some point of your life, you pray to be where you at right now. Why the fuck are you not enjoying it? Sorry. I'll be nicer. Fuck. The spirits are keeping me on check right now. They're like, just be nicer. Be a little more patient, Aquarius. Okay? Enjoy where you're at right now. Try to change your perspective on things a little bit. I get it. You know, the moon's coming up. It's super high. It's bringing impatience. This is a time for you to look at your impatience. Why are you so impatient with things? Why do you get so negative? Why do you get so like emotionally disbalanced when there's so much good in your life? What is blocking your gratitude? You know, those are the shadows to work on this moon that are coming up for you. And last but not least, we have Pisces. And I think for Pisces, we're going to use the combo of 2 cards from here. Here's the thing, Pisces. You work really hard for everything that you have. And what's lacking of you right now is to believe in yourself, that you have what it takes to take the right decisions of what needs immediate care right now. It's almost like you feel like there's too many bridges burning and you're the only fireman and you don't know which one to put out first. But if you really trust yourself and look within your emotions, you know. Because see, trust and thrive. That is the last card. Because first we have a 9 of fire and a Knight of fire. The 9 of fire is all about protecting who you are, believing in yourself, having the courage to say, I am and I do and I am fucking good at this. So a lot of negative self-talk may be going on in your ears right now, Pisces. So you're just like, oh, no, I can't do this. But it's just like, no, hey. We need you to focus. There's things that really need your attention right now, Pisces. We need you to trust yourself to make the right decision on which out of all of this thing has to come first. So that's like your lesson in life right now. You know, to have a currency of events happening and to know which one to look at. Those are the emotions that are coming up to you of being indecisive, not trusting yourself for what to go for. I love you guys. I just dropped a bunch of cards. Anyway, I'll pick them up right now. Thank you, and remember, subscribe, support, share. I'm just your local witch, trying to make it big and try to help as many people as I can. You know, this is definitely my calling, and I love doing this so much. I feel so connected, and I feel so like myself, and all of my fears are gone, and I just feel so amazing when I do this. Follow me on Instagram at babywitch_tarot, and if you're a local, ask me about events. Bye. Just got read.